Hello nail friends and welcome back to another Honey Dog Nails video. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell so that you may be notified of all future videos. So hello nail friends, I hope that you are doing well today. Today I'm going to be doing a set of encapsulations. I'm going to be layering up so that we can create a floating nail. So what I'm going to do is I have already made some encapsulations a couple of months ago. So I'm going to be using a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm going to mix it together to come up with a rainbow explosion encapsulated nail, which includes lots of layers. So we're going to be layering, and layering some more. I'm also going to be using this Aurora powder, like Aurora flakes. And I also have a container here with some encapsulations in it. Now I do have 2 boxes left. If you would like for me to send you a free box of these encapsulations, I only have 2 boxes. So be sure to go down in the description box below, email me your information, email me your name and your address. And the first 2 people that email me will be the first 2 people that get this box of encapsulations. All right, so now you see I'm going to be using Moravon hard gel. I'm going to be using clear, and I'm also going to be using white, just to give it a little bit of contrast. I'm also going to be using these gold flakes here. Now, I just want to say before we move on with this video that because of my lighting and because the encapsulations are so bright, my focus was in and out throughout this video. So I will let you know that eventually it does come in, but sometimes it goes in and out throughout the video because of the shine effect, as you can see. So I'm going to do my best to bring you quality videos, but sometimes with the light and the refraction of the shininess, you know, the camera doesn't focus so well. So anyway, these are the products that I'm going to be using today. I'm also going to be using our Aquafin professional nail tips. I wanted a longer nail so that I could show you my placement a little better. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to measure my own hands for this set. Now that I have got the nails measured for my own hand, we're going to go straight in with some base coat, and I'm using DC base coat. Just a nice thin layer. Let us always remember that gel sticks to gel. So when it comes down to clear, we're doing clear see-through nails. So definitely want to make sure that you have a slip layer down so that your product will have something to adhere to. Just want to do a nice little thin coat. So I just want to say hello. Thank you to all of those that have subscribed to my channel. I have not had this channel that long. It's only a couple of years old. Even though I've been doing nails for many, many years, there was a time that I never even considered putting my work onto YouTube. But now the time has gone on, I think about all the classes that I could have given 10, 15 years ago. But anyway, for those of you that are just starting with the channel, I thank you for entrusting me with nail information. My name is Chinetta, and I have been doing nails for over 30 years. Now, I have had salons in the past where you walk in off the street, the overhead was absolutely ridiculous. It was always really hard for me to find good quality workers. And another thing, everybody is not going to give their best whenever they do nails. They're not. Some people just do nails just for the money. I was never one of those nail techs that do nails for the money. I think that my work is priceless, really. The prices on the nail community has just gone sky high and through the roof. I give free sets of nails away without a problem because I'm not missing anything, really. I have so many nails, I could give away a set every day and still make the money that I need to make from my business. But a lot of times when you have these businesses and these storefronts, unless you're working alone, when you try to have a full staff, you're going to have some type of issue with someone either not wanting to come in to work on time, or their work is just so bad that you have to redo it. And so that was one of the things that I found that was a problem when I got ready to hire a full staff of nail tech females, that I would have some that were really good at the work they did, and then I would have some that as soon as I got home, I would have to turn around and come back to the shop because they really did not know how to give the client what they wanted. And I do find that a lot of nail techs will say, yeah, I could do that. And then when you sit down at the table, they don't give you what you asked for. So what she asked for, what she got is a disaster. And I'm not calling anybody specifically out. I'm just saying we could do better work. If we want to charge more money, we need to do better work. That's all I'm saying. So for those of you that have just joined the channel, I just wanted you to know that this channel is all about nail education. It's all about shopping for products that don't break the bank. Now, I did have someone recently to send me a message saying that the products I use are not HEPA-free. Now, for those of you that don't know about HEPA-free products with gel is just to help the person that has some type of reaction. You probably won't have a reaction, but there's still no guarantee that just because that product is hemp-free, that you won't have a problem with your client getting some type of reaction. Because you don't know if your client is going to be allergic to something until you put it on them. All right, so please understand what I'm saying. What works for you is not going to work for me. What works for my first client is not going to work for my second client. So at this point in time, I haven't had no problems with my clients saying that they had a reaction. The only reaction comes from me. I have reactions to the product. I sneeze a lot. I have sometimes cuticle damage sometimes when I do my own nails with gel. So I have to watch how I do my nails with gel. Have I ever tried anything that was hemp-free? No. Do I want to? No, because that means I would have to change every product I have in my salon, and I'm not going to do that. So if I have a client that is having some issues with it, then I'll go out and I'll buy something specifically for them. But then you think about this, your prices are going to have to change, because when it comes down to these products that are supposed to be A1, top of the line, this and the third, you're going to pay triple digits to restock your whole salon with the hemp-free products. Now, there are some salons that could do that. Me, myself, I will not. I will not do it unless I have a client that's having an issue. And these clients that I've had them for so long, they've never had any problem. Now, recently, I had a client to come and let me know that one of their toes could not take gel. And I said, why not? And my client was letting me know that as soon as they got home, they could feel, because you know, like sometimes when you put on the gel and you put your feet underneath the dryer, you could feel it like drawing in or getting tight on the toe. Now that feeling is not supposed to be there a day later. Okay, a week later. And so if you're having that problem, then you know that you're allergic to the gel and you don't need gel at all. So what I suggested they do is from now on, when they come in to get their toes done, they can get press-on toenails, or they could just get regular polish. So it was only one toe that was giving this client an issue, but I decided to just take them off gel altogether. Why would I go through every gel to find a gel just for that client that I'm not going to use again? That doesn't make any sense to me. So in my salon, I do what's best for my clients. If my clients are having a problem, you know what I do? I don't use those products on those clients anymore. I don't even compromise. Well, maybe we could do it this way or that way. I don't. Just go back to regular manicures, just regular manicures, no gel whatsoever. Because if your client has a cut, and I've been noticing that too, that these girls will come in, they will get their nails done, their cuticles are ate up, ripped up, and then after they get their nails done, their cuticles are bleeding. And you and I both know that the gel somehow or another is seeping into the pores. Anytime you have an open cut and you're still doing that client, I won't do a client that got an open cut, because I keep thinking about my other clients. But I've been seeing a lot of pictures on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all over these social media pages where the cuticles of the clients are cut. They got deep gashes. And I don't know if that's because of the Russian manicure, because everybody wants that Russian manicure where you just take the whole cuticle off with a drill bit. And then when they come back in for, let's say, 3 weeks, the cuticles are ate up. So I don't give my clients Russian manicures. Like, oh, I want you to take down the whole cuticle with the drill bit. Not me. You would have to find somebody else to do your nails. Okay, so let's get back to the nails. So here you see I am using the Moravon Hard Gel Clear. This is how I do my apex, because it is a jelly consistency, and once I get that hump going, then I can smooth the rest out. This gel was pretty good. I didn't have to turn it upside down to make it level. So even though it was a very inexpensive product, I enjoyed working with it. This is the first time I worked with this product since I bought it and made the review, like the unboxing. And I will link that down in the description box below if you would like to see that original video of me unboxing these Moravon hard gels. So this is the first layer of hard gel and the first layer of encapsulation. So I moved it away from the camera so it wouldn't unfocus. All right, now let's see if we can get it to focus so you can see what I'm doing again. So with this nail, being that this nail is the thumb, I just want to make sure that it has a maximum amount of encapsulation. So I have stars, I have glitter flakes, I have aurora flakes, I have stars and stripes, and I also have some glow in the dark circles and some maple leaves. I had maple leaves of all different colors, and I mix them together in this bowl, and I'm just placing it where I want it to be. So one thing about encapsulations, they take a little bit longer because you want to make sure that there is no encapsulations that are sticking straight up. Make sure everything is laid down flat as possible. If you have a piece that is not laying down, flip it over. If it still doesn't want to lay down, I would take it off. So I tried to see if that one would lay, it still wouldn't lay down, so now I'm gonna take that off. Because if you don't, when you put it in the dryer, it's gonna be so hard and your client could cut themselves. You can cut yourselves with these jagged pieces of encapsulations if they're not laying in the gel properly. So once you have finished and you're looking at that and it looks good enough to you, set it in the dryer and move on with the next nails. Now I have already put the encapsulations on these nails. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear cap them with this hard gel. Now I'm doing just a little thin coat, but I'm making sure that the apex closer to the cuticle area has got that hump to it. Because sometimes you would just get a nail, it's not going to be rounded. A lot of times people's nails are rounds, you know, just hereditarily. And then some people, their nails are just flat. So everybody don't like the hump, but when it comes down to encapsulations, you really have to put the product on there so that your client does not get cut. Because they can get a little cut just by putting their hands inside the dryer, and maybe they had an itch on their face and they went to touch their face, and next thing you know, because the encapsulation is so jagged and you haven't capped it yet, your client could cut themselves. So just be aware of that. For those of you that don't know how to do nails and follow my channel to learn, I'm talking specifically to you. For those of you that know how to do nails, I'm not talking to you, because I know there's a lot of people getting the comments with foolishness. Go get your own channel and do your own thing. There ain't nothing wrong with you getting your own channel, okay? And I'll support you, because everybody that subscribes to my channel, I will let you know this. I go to your channels. I go to your channels and I look and see what you're doing on your channels. Some people will come onto the page and they will say horrible things, and when I go to their channel, they ain't got nothing up there. I'm like, well, okay, but let me go to your channel. Maybe you got some nails on your channel and I can learn from you. Guess what? No. Very few. I think maybe out of all the people that follow me, whether that be young or old, men, women, boys, girls, whatever, I would say 20% are real nail techs. 10% are trying to learn how to do nails, and the other ones just want to get in the comment section and run havoc. So that's something to think about. Get your own channel. If you don't like what I do on my channel, you don't have to follow me. You can unsubscribe and go get your own, and I'll support you. I really will. I'll send people to your page, because I don't have a problem with that. It's enough stuff out here that we could all be nail techs if you want to. Then it just exploded over COVID these at-home nail techs are getting degrees online. But sometimes you need somebody to let you know the rules and regulations of how to do nails properly so you don't get sued. People are still getting sued for nails, believe it or not. The most pettiest things in the world. I'm like, it's just art. Why are you working yourself up about art? This is my interpretation of art, how God gave it to me. I remember when I was younger and I started to do nails, when I would go to bed and sleep at night, I would dream about the designs that I would make the next day. Colors floating in the air, circles, squares, and abstracts merging together. And then as soon as I got up the next day, because I couldn't draw that well, I would go and try to find some nail art that could best describe what I dreamed about. And then when that wouldn't work, I started getting into airbrushing. And that's how my business exploded. So I went from having no clients, working in a salon, working in a barber shop, to having my own salon in New York. I went all the way to the top because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the nail tech to the stars. I actually wanted to go all the way to Hollywood. But unfortunately, I got sick and I was diagnosed with cancer before I could get there. So I just decided to get my own salon and do my own thing where I was at. And that's exactly what I did. Even when I was going through my chemo, I was still doing nails. I remember clients would come to my house and sit by my bedside and put their hands on the bed, and I would do nails while I was in the bed. They didn't even care. They just wanted their nails done by me. They didn't care if I was in a hospital room. Now, those are some dedicated clients. All right, so now that I am finished doing all of my little doodads on this nail for now, I am going to put on some white hard gel. And I'm just going to do it in little sections. Just a little bit of gel. And I'm marbling it in. So I'm just going to marble it in. And then later on, I'm going to swirl it in the way that I want it to be. The last thing that I'm going to be doing is an Aurora rub. And that's the last thing that I'm going to do to pop these nails out with a matte top coat, not on the whole nail, but on certain parts of the nail. Because when it comes down to encapsulations, you can have them all shiny if you want to, or you can have it both ways. So you can have a section of the nail shiny, a section of the nail matte, if you want to just bring out a certain part of the nail. So I find that when it comes down to floating encapsulations, whatever you want to float, it's best to matte it because it looks more realistic that way. You can leave it glossy if you want to, that's up to you. But when I do it, I find that it looks more realistic when you use matte. Flowers look more realistic when you use matte. When you're doing butterflies and little animals on the nails, if you just go over that little section with matte, it will pop it out to make it look incredible. It'll give you a totally different look altogether. So I am just looking over my nail and I'm seeing what needs some extra goodies. All right, so right now I'm just going to do my gold flakes in certain areas. And I know that this is the part of the nail that's going to be shiny. So as I'm doing the nails, I'm also thinking about the end result. I'm also thinking about how I'm going to top coat it and everything. Now, I will say that in doing these nails, once you clear cap it completely, okay, and then you set it up underneath the dryer, I would let it run 3-4 cycles. I wouldn't just let it, put it in there 120 and take it out. I would let it run 2-3 cycles of 120. And then when you take it out, just be aware that hard gel. Now, I don't know if all hard gel is like this, because I really don't know, because I really don't like hard gel. But Moravon's hard gel is sticky when it goes in. It is sticky when it comes out. And it will give you the impression that your product is not cured. So you see what I mean by the shininess. It's kind of hard to focus the camera when the nails are so shiny, but eventually it will focus in. So when I took the nails out of the dryer after I had clear capped them all, they were so sticky. Oh, they were so sticky. It took me a while to get them unsticky, and then after that I buffed them with this big huge buffing block that I got from the Dollar Tree in the car parts section. I'm always telling y'all, go to the Dollar Tree in the car parts section and get you this buffer. Now, it didn't used to have buffer on both sides, but now it does. For $1.25, you cannot beat this big huge buffer when you get ready to do XXLs or big long nails. So right now I am using the top coat, this very thick top coat from the BT Art Box set, and it's nice and thick, and any little grooves and little holes that you may have for buffing the nail, because sometimes you will get a hole somewhere, trust me, it'll fill it in. It'll fill it in. Do y'all remember when we used to get IBD filler, like this little powder that came in like a salt shaker and it was IBD powder, and anytime that you were doing silk wraps or fiberglass wraps, you needed a filler, so you would tap it and shake it on and it would fill up any holes that you had. I just thought about that just now. Is anybody out there still doing silk wraps and fiberglass wraps? I think it would be easy to do it now with gel, because back then you had to have glue and glue spray, and sometimes when you sprayed the client with the glue on there, it would pop if you sprayed it too close. So it was dangerous. It was so dangerous to use some of the nail products back in the 80s and 90s. But when gel came out, it made things shinier. It gave you a nice clean look. And one thing about gel, it takes longer. So I could do, if I was doing this set of encapsulations with acrylic, I would have been finished already. Because you know, with acrylic, you gotta work fast. You can't be slow when you're working with acrylic. But with gel, it's an all-day thing. You can be as slow as you want to, and that product is not gonna dry until you put it underneath the lamp. That's really something to think about. How nail art has changed in the last 20 years. Yep. So now you're asking me, why am I covering this whole entire nail? Because when I get ready to put on this rub, even when it comes down to any type of Aurora rub, or even chrome, they tell you to put down top coat first and then rub the chrome on it, top of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Make sure you get the very tips. We're gonna put that back in the dryer. I'm gonna let that dry. So far the nails look good. They look good just as they are. Just like I said, if the client doesn't want anything extra onto it, then you're done. You're completely done. But you know me, I'm a little extra. I gotta add something else to it. All right, so this is my Aurora rub. It comes in blue, green, purple, and pink. This one has a little pink to it. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to rub it in the spots where you see the encapsulation only. So I'm going to be trying my best not to touch where the gold is laying. So it's going to give it a little hue, and that's what I want. Just a little hue. I like using my finger, but you can always use an eyeshadow applicator if you have that. But you can see the hue. It's very subtle. That's why I like to use it. You could use this on any color. Of course, it's going to change the color of the nail, but most of the time people get it and they get like the pointer finger or the index finger, or they get the thumb done, or even the pinky done. So you might have all red nails and you want one just a little bit different. So then you rub this over top of it and it will change the nail completely. And clients do like that. They like the surprise of what it looks like when you're done. So now the next question is, do you let your clients go through your nail supplies? For those of you that have been doing nails for a while, do you let your clients go through your nail supplies and pick out what they want to put on their nails? I do. What I do is, if I know a client is interested in something different, but they don't know what they want, but they're tired of that same old polish they get every month, they get that same polish, that same look, I will lay stuff out when they come in. I'll say, look, go over there on that table over there. I laid everything out, and go over there and pick out your stones, you know, pick out your encapsulations, pick out your decals, if you want water decals, or if you want like, hard foil or soft foil. I'll lay it all out. And then when they come back, they'll say, okay, I want this, and I'll take this and this and this. Okay, and then I'll go and get all that, and I'll come back to the table. We'll sit down, we'll talk about it. What do you want on what nail? Now, 9 times out of 10, my clients say, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. So that's a freestyle. Freestyle nails. I love doing the freestyle, which means put the colors out there, put all the nail art out there on the table, and just go for it. Okay, and 9 times out of 10 it comes out really good. If you have clients that trust you that much. Now, I don't like a client that says, okay, I want to try that, this is how I want it, and then once you give them exactly what they say they want. You gave them those red nails, they want red nails, they want white French, okay, and then they want them blinged out. Now, you done did all of that. And while you're doing it, they're looking at it like, I don't like this. So I'm always saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Because once I put this on, regardless if you like it or not, you're going to have to pay for it. And then they think about it for a minute. Yeah, because if I have to take that off, you're going to pay me double. Whatever the nails cost, you're going to have to pay me to take all that stuff off and redo your nail art. You're going to have to pay me twice of what you owed me the first time. And that will make people think, now stop doing that. Nobody got no money to be wasting. And another thing, please let your clients know that gel does not come off like regular polish. A lot of people do not understand that. They think you can get regular nail polish and acetone and take these nails off. No, that is not how it works. You have to drill gel off if you don't like it. So as you can see here, I have put on the mat. Now you can see the encapsulations floating. Do you see it? Just so beautiful. So this is the end of this video. I hope it was informative in some way. As I always say, we're getting ready for the reveal. I did put these nails on and go outside and took some pictures yesterday. So here's the reveal. looking absolutely gorgeous. So nail friends, until I see you again, have a wonderful and blessed day.